While playing football, I blew out my knee, broke every single bone possible. My Navy doctor actually said it was the worst injury he'd ever seen in his entire life as relates to joints and knees. And upon rehab, I had to push aside the normal stuff. Like at the point of getting my leg better, I couldn't just do business as normal. In order to get stronger, to get healthier, to become more vibrant, I had to engage my body and rehab in such differently. My schedule changed, how I walked changed, the physical exercises I had to do, all of it changed in order to make my knee stronger. I think the month of prayer is really similar. The month of prayer is a set aside time, 21 days, where we stop doing business as usual as a church, individual lives, and we re-engage the place of prayer in order to pay closer attention to the place of His presence, in order to pay closer attention to what He's saying to our hearts, that we would wake up to the full vibrancy, plans, and purposes that God has for us. These next 21 days as a church body, we're doing this corporately, and we really want to encourage every member of New Life Church to wake up to an intentional 3 weeks of engaging God in this place of prayer. There's a couple ways that we feel like that this could happen. First off is these prayer journals that are at all of our lobbies. They're called Wake Up. That's our theme this year. And it's 21 days compiled by all of our pastors and directors here to give you topics, to ask questions and verses, to engage God in the place of word and prayer. I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes in the midst of all of the stuff, I just need a little bit of nudge and a little kind of a direction to help get that prayer ball going. Would you go get one? $5 covers the cost of all of these, and engage prayer in this way. In similar fashion for our adults, we have written a children's curriculum that mirrors what's going on here on the adult version. The children's curriculum can be picked up at the URL at the bottom, but we believe that our children can engage prayer and the voice of God as well. And so these are special prompts of activities and questions that you can ask your kid and engage them in prayer, that they would hear God in their own place and way. And then finally, we have some special corporate prayer gatherings. There are these cards like this, gives you a list of those at all of our campuses that you can go take a look at. And I want to highlight two of them. The first is on January 20th, we will have a Martin Luther King service that celebrates his work as it relates to a multi-ethnic church and diversity in our country, as well as we will pray along this theme at that meeting for unity to come in our land, in our cities, and in our churches. And finally, our month of prayer concludes with our prayer summit. So February 1st at our Kempsville campus. This will be 6 hours of prayer and fasting as we gather as a corporate body to engage God in prayer. Parents, we will have an entire children's program for our kids on this day. Bring them. We will have some guest speakers, Jason Hershey of David's Tent up in DC. We will have Jay and Naomi Thomas from International House of Prayer and Song of Hope Ministries to minister in song and word. And then Dr. Jeremy Perigo, one of our own global workers, will be here to share. It'll be a time that we hear the word, we worship together, and we pray and intercede for our region and our land. Would you join us on that day? Join us in prayer, as this is the best month of prayer we've had yet. God bless you.